parking lots, oh, parking lots. Are they driving in the parking lot? Watch out, 5 miles per hour. Don't drive fast in the parking lot. You need to set the example. Parking lot in affordable housing apartment complexes is one of the very complicated things that the affordable housing managers have to deal with. Okay, you have to maintain the parking lot. Maintain the parking lot. What does that mean, maintaining the parking lot? Have you ever asked yourself, how do they even maintain a parking lot? Don't you just drive on it? No, you have to maintain it too. Okay, you have to paint the lines. You have to paint the lines. You know the lines where you park, where it says parking, you have to paint those. Okay, they come off. You need to get the machine. It looks like a little shopping cart rolly thing. You put the paint in there, you have your maintenance guy do it, and you have him repaint all those lines. Okay, that's what's gonna make your parking lot look good. Repaint the lines. Restriping is what it's called. Restripe your parking lot. Keep it looking fresh. Matter of fact, if you have to, there's also seal coat. Sometimes you have to seal coat your parking lot when there's too many cracks. If there's too much damage to your parking lot, your company may vouch for a seal coat. Cost $20,000. It'll be something that you'll be involved in organizing, but it'll look great. And then they'll come and stripe it for free after they seal coat it. So that's something that you'll have to do to maintain the parking lot. Make sure you're walking your parking lot too. Okay, you gotta walk your parking lot in the daytime, in the evening time, at night, when it's raining, whether it's hot, if it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Easter, New Year's, it don't matter, okay? There's always gonna be trouble in the parking lot, and you need to be walking around so you can see what kind of trouble that you are up against, and you need to document and see who are the players, who is the king of the parking lot, okay? One of the things you want to look out for in the parking lot is abandoned vehicles. Abandoned vehicles. People will abandon vehicles. Sometimes they're stolen, sometimes they're hiding, sometimes they're not registered, they're illegal. So you have to look for the parking lot. People want to store their cars on the parking lot, and the way you can tell is that when you pass by, you'll look at the tags, and the tags are located on the driver's, on the license plate of the vehicle. And the tag, it'll be 2 tags, okay? One of them will be a date, and one of them will be a year. And that is the expiration date of that tag, okay? So for example, you'll see it says 2023 January, Jan. One sticker will say Jan, the other sticker will say 2023. Okay, we're in June now. No, we're in July now. So that car is expired. That registration is expired, and therefore it cannot be parked there. You can't store these vehicles on your property, okay? You're not running a junkyard here, okay? All the cars that are parked on your property need to be operational, and that is per your lease, and that's the same anywhere you go. It has to be operational, which means it cannot have a flat tire, and it has to be able to drive, okay? The residents sometimes will hit you with something stupid like, oh, it doesn't run. It doesn't run. If it doesn't run, then how did it get here is the question. And if it doesn't run, sir, you need to get it running real quick because we have to tow it if it doesn't run because it cannot be inoperable here. Okay, you cannot have an inoperable vehicle in your parking lot. And you can't have a vehicle that is not registered in your parking lot. And you don't want to have stolen vehicles in your parking lot either. Okay, so one of the things you want to do is when you're coming to a new property, you're starting off, whether you're a manager or assistant manager, is you kind of want to get an idea of what the parking situation looks like. So you want to send a letter out to everybody. Okay, you want to send a letter out to everybody. You want to let them know, hey, I'm the new manager, I'm the new assistant manager, I'm so-and-so, and we're attempting to figure out the parking situation. Please send us your parking spot numbers. Okay, that is key. Don't tell the resident what their parking You want to send a letter out to everybody. You want to request their parking spots from everybody. Once you get those letters back with all the residents' information, their parking spot information, you want to cross-reference with the information you have in the office. And you have some information in the office. Now, why are you doing this? The reason you're doing this is because you're cross-referencing to see who is abusing the parking. and who has more parking spots and who has claimed parking spot without permission of the office. Because they can tell you that this is my parking spot, X, Y, and Z manager told me, and it never happened, and you won't know because you weren't here. Okay? So you'll cross-reference, and using that information, you will determine if there is a parking situation. There might not be one, and that's something you want to keep in mind too. There might not be a parking situation. Most of the times there's not. Most of the time it's just one or two people who are not parking in their spots, and what that will do is that it'll make it so the other people can't park in their spots, and they park somewhere else, and they can't park in their spots, and they fucked up the whole thing just because of one or two residents who will fuck the whole thing up. So doing it this way, you will determine if there is a parking situation, and you will determine who is the resident that's messing it up for you guys, okay? When you're issuing parking passes, you want to look at registration and proof of insurance, okay? Specifically, look at those both things. Both of those things, you need to look at them. And when you're looking for them, for first thing you're looking for is expiration date. When does this expire, okay? Because 7 out of 10, they'll bring you something expired. 7 out of 10 residents will bring you an expired registration and expect parking permit. 7 out of 10 residents will bring you expired insurance and expect parking permit. Okay, so check that. If it's current, it's current. Second thing you want to check is the name on there. Okay, sometimes the residents will have a car and it'll be under someone else's name. You cannot, and you need to check to see if that person is on the lease. Remember, we're talking about affordable housing here. You cannot give a parking permit to somebody who is not on the lease. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to give up some free real estate to somebody who is not even on the lease to live here? They will try to pull that on you, okay? They will try to bring you a car and try to get it so other people are parking in your lot, and you do not want other people parking in your lot because A, you don't know who they are, B, you don't know what kind of cars they bring, and C, you don't know what kind of people they bring at night when they park in your lot. They might be sleeping there, okay? So you need to check those things. The expiration date, check the names too. If everything adds up, the expiration date is current, and the name is somebody on the lease, then you can give them a parking permit. That's fine. It's not an issue. Okay? You want to accommodate your residents. You want your residents to feel accommodated by you giving them parking permits. What you don't want is you don't want to accommodate random people off the street. You don't want to accommodate somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend who's not on the lease and they're staying here, and you don't want to accommodate somebody who's abusing it. You know, somebody who's got 10 cars and they want to park them all in the parking lot. It's not allowed, okay? The parking situation, the restriping, the seal coat, the parking permits, towing cars, okay? You should be towing cars. It's hard to do, I ain't gonna lie, it's hard, but it's something that we keep in our back pocket, and you want to be towing cars, and you want to be doing it fairly consistently because you also have to give business to the tow truck people. The tow truck people that work for your property, you have to give them business too, otherwise they'll leave. Okay, so you got to be giving them some cars to tow, and you will find them. You will find cars to tow. Okay, but it should be a last resort. All right, I want to make that clear too. When you tow a car, it should be a last resort. When you tow a car, the resident should actually expect to be towed. They should never come into the office and be like, what happened? What happened? You towed my car, okay? There should always be lots of communication. There should be lots of letters, and there should be stickers being placed on the car and documented how many times have you placed that sticker on the car. Okay, so you've made an effort to keep this person from parking where they're not supposed to be parking. You've made an effort to give them an assigned parking spot so they have parking spots to accommodate them. Okay, you made an effort to have a meeting with them and to sit down and explain to them the parking rules again, word by word, explain it to them. Okay, and that's something that a lot of people don't get, is they think that people should know something. All right, they're expected to know something. A lot of people, they live their life thinking like, oh, this person, I have no idea who this person is, but I expect them to know something. Okay, don't expect people to know something unless you've explained it to them. Explain things to people. Okay, do yourself that favor. Maintain your parking lots. Know who's parking there. Know which spots are empty, know which spots are full. Only assign parking to your residents. Maintaining the parking lot is just like another piece of real estate that you're maintaining. It's part of the affordable housing community.